Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. All right, so now we finna move into the TikTok story time, man. Head over into the wonderful world of TikTok and see what they talking about. Yes, Lord. I haven't watched this, so we're gonna go full authentic. I don't even know for real what it's about. I just pulled up the story time. Said something about not entering her granddad's room. This woman looks like she is not a native of America, or maybe she, so we're gonna see where this takes us. Let's do it.
I was warned never ever to step foot or enter my granddad's room, but I was stubborn. I ignored and I did. What I saw with my own two eyes and what happened to me in that room, it will send chills down your spine. Story time. So growing up, I heard a lot of rumors, whispers, and also we were warned never ever to talk about our granddad. But one day I heard two of my cousins whispering and talking that they had heard some of the adults say that my granddad disappeared in his room. He didn't die, but he just disappeared magically. There was no traces of him, nothing of him left in that room. But as soon as his disappearance, weird and strange things started happening in his room. So everyone in the family were warned never ever to enter his room. My mom and dad said we were traveling to the village. We were all excited because we rarely ever get to go to the village. So we were excited to see our extended family, our relatives, all, aunts, cousins, uncles, you name it. It was a very tiring and long journey. We got there, but we were extremely excited to see everyone and catch up. We got chatting. And it was very, very late. But also it was extremely hot. I was extremely tired. My eyes started to irritate me and I just wanted to go to sleep. But everyone was busy in the room chatting.
Hey, before she finished this story, as you listen to this video, whether you're watching it live now or watching it on playback, drop in the chat in real time right now whether or not you would have went in the room. If you heard what she heard, that her granddad was in the room chilling, and he just disappeared. No body, no bones, no blood, no guts, no nothing. Her granddaddy was in the room and he just disappeared. To couple that information, she now saying that weird stuff happened in the room ever since that happened. If you a kid and they tell you that same story about your granddad and you go to visit where the house or in the family in that house, would you go in your granddad's room out of curiosity? Are you that type of motherfucker? I'm not answering right now, but I want to know what y'all would do. Let's go.
It was too loud. I couldn't actually sleep there. So I decided to go to my granddad's room. I pre-warned us when we got there to never ever go in there. But I just thought they were actually being overly dramatic because they had no valid points or anything to back what they were saying. So I just thought I'm just going to go in there and rest my eyes. Exactly 1 minute to midnight.
Hold on. Before she say what she about to say, the suspense killing y'all. Jay Zilla said 333. And I ain't gonna be no 333. You go in that room. He said, I'm going in. Don't go in, shorty. Don't go in. I know he not lying either. I know who that is. I know he not lying. He definitely going in the room. He gonna try to set up shop in there. I'm telling you right now, it ain't gonna go good. Let's see how the rest of this story goes.
Actually being overly dramatic because they had no valid points or anything to back what they were saying. So I just thought I'm just gonna go in there and rest my eyes. Exactly 1 minute to midnight, I opened the door and I entered. The presence in there was chilling, extremely cold in that room. The walls felt as if it was starting to close in. The door slung shut. It freaked me out and I jumped on the bed. It felt as if someone was laid on that bed with me, but I was the only one in that room. A few minutes into midnight, I heard whispers of a lot of voices coming from the wall. Then it started getting louder and louder. It freaked me out. Then I locked eyes with a picture of my granddad on the wall. The extremely weirdest thing of that picture is that it had scratches on my granddad's face. And then his eyes were hollow. It was as if someone had plucked them out with a sharp object. Next to his picture frame was another frame, but this was covered with a cloth. The cloth fell off, and it was a mirror. I started to see handprints coming out of the mirror. It was as if someone was trapped in there and trying to get out. The mirror fogged. Then the voices started laughing, whispering louder and louder. I stood up to run. I screamed, but the door shut.
Hold on, before she finished. Mr. I'm going in. Hey, chat. He said he going in that chat. Chat, was he going to make it, chat? That's why, see, when they tell you, believe them. When they tell you, believe them. See, some of y'all got to touch the stove. I never had to touch the stove. They told that stove hot. I believe. I believe. They told me being smart was learning from your mistakes. Being wise was learning from the mistakes of others. I see your burn mark. I don't want one. You'd have went in the room, and that'd have been the last time we seen you. She talking about handprints and voices and shit. Let's go, chat.
Followed by a locking sound. Now, I'm in for it. I'm shitting myself. I'm freaking out. I'm starting to regret my actions. Actually not listening and going into that room. Then, the lights flickered, and boom, it went off. The room was pitch black, but I started to hear a voice. The voice was familiar. It was that of my granddad. On the bed, something crawled out under the bed. It looked like a spider. The eyes very red, as if it was angry, bright red and shiny. The face on that spider was that of my granddad. The arms were that of my granddad. This even freaked me out even more. Then a voice spoke, which was my granddad. It said, "You were never supposed to be here. You shouldn't have come here in the first place." Now I'm freaking out. I screamed, and then I blacked out. The next morning, I woke up to see the door wide open. But the freakiest thing was the writing on the wall. There was this red, bold print on the wall, which said, "Chosen one. Once entered, never to leave again." My heart started racing. I jumped out of the bed and legged it out of that room. Everyone else thought, oh, maybe it was just a dream. But no. When I went to get a shower, my whole body was covered in scratches. My face in scratches. Exact same scratches that was on that picture of my granddad. What happened next? The events that followed on next, it will shock you people. You do not want to miss this, so please go to part 2. I'm going to try to edit it and post it soon.
No, this got part 2 got to be up right now, chat. Let's investigate right now, chat. She talking about she gonna post it soon. Part 2 got to be up right now. You don't have me disinvested in part 2 not up.
I watched my roommate.
You lying to me.
Storytime.
Hold on, y'all. Bear with me, chat. She lying to me. I thought this was a 1-part story. Hold on. Here we go. No, I didn't find it. Hold on, chat. Fuck that. She talking about she gonna post it soon. Nah, this got to be up. Okay, I'm trying to get to your page, baby. Where the room story at? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find it. Warn me not to go in my granddad's room. Is this part 2?
Part 2 of
Got it, chat. Bingo. We got action. Let's go. We got action, chat. Y'all know I ain't gonna let y'all down. He said she disappeared. She ain't say she disappeared, man. Let's listen to part 2. He think he know the story. Let's go.
Warned never ever to step foot or enter my granddad's room, but I never listened. And what happened to me, what I saw with my own 2 eyes in that room, will send chills down your spine. Ever since that night, I was never ever the same. Strange and weird things started happening to me. At exactly 1 minute to midnight, the room, it doesn't matter which room I am in, it grew colder and colder. I hear the exact same voices, exact same whispers. This time, the odd thing are shadows around me, shadows hovering all over my body. Then a few minutes into midnight, my granddad shows up, just like the spider, with the red, bright eyes. The hands, my granddad, face, my granddad, and the voice, him, but it is a spider. Then I prayed, I tried everything, and nothing happens. This was same thing each and every day. I even tried leaving the village, but nothing worked. One day, on my way to the village square, I meet this old looking man. He stopped me and he said, he's got solution to my problems. I was shocked. I was taken back. I felt, how does he know? But at this point, I just needed something or someone to help me out of this. He handed me this red looking pot with a red cloth tied around the neck and then something covering it. He said, use this and all your problems will disappear. So I went back. Exactly 1 minute to midnight, I entered. The room colder, even more chiller than before. The voices grew louder and louder. The screams, this time screeching. More shadows. My granddad showed up. This time, I wasn't scared. I followed the instructions of that old man. I opened the pot and I could hear voices, screams coming out of that pot. Very powerful. And I didn't know what was happening. But the whole room went quiet. It sucked every spirit in that room into that pot. After a while, everything was silent. The room felt normal, like a room should do. It felt warmer. I thought this was the end of my problems. Little did I know, it was just the tip of the iceberg. Everyone cheered. They were happy. They cheered and said, I'm the hero. The curse has been broken. But tell me why. After every midnight, I hear footsteps. The footsteps were as if it was my own. When I look in the mirror, I have no eyes. My eyes are hollow, black, exact same as my granddad. It was as if my granddad was taken and I was his replacement. So now, I'm back to square one. People, what would you do if that was you in my shoe? Drop them down in the comment section below, because I'm stuck. I'm shocked for worse. I do not even know what to do at this point. We're just waiting for the next to happen.
Okay. All right. Listen. Chris Dale, what up? He says she got a good story. Hey, listen to me, y'all. I don't do the paranormal fuddy-duddy stuff. I don't play in mirrors. I don't listen. I use mirrors for what they use for, but I don't play in mirrors. None of the little games where you get in the mirror and you cut the lights off and you start saying weird shit. I don't do none of that. Okay. I don't do no seances. I don't do no channeling. I don't open no portals. I'm not with none of that. Everybody I lost, I miss them. I don't want to see you while I'm alive. If I see you while I'm alive, you disrespecting my wishes. I don't want dead relatives showing up to me in dreams, talking to me about no, don't do that. Don't do that. Listen, I'm not with none of the weird shit. I don't want nobody showing up that I can't fight. When y'all be playing them paranormal games and all that shit, you can't fight them. So I don't want no smoke with niggas I can't fight. He said, Jay Zilla said, Chris, are you going in the room? Chris Dale said, haha, bro, I was told never go in there. On God, all you got to do is tell me. You say he went in there and he disappeared, right? Keep the door closed. I ain't going in there. You say he went in there and disappeared, right? Y'all witnesses? I believe you. I ain't going in there. Call me gullible. I don't even have nothing in there. I don't even have nothing that belonged to me that's in there. I'm not going in there. And then she talking about when she look in the mirror, her eyes hollow now. Y'all know the mirrors, that's the other dimension and shit. See, they'll try to explain. Y'all got to see, y'all go get me back on that. You got to understand, folks. they'll try to explain that shit away to you and make it make sense, just like they made y'all believe. And I'm saying y'all because I never bought the bullshit. I was always a child that had 100 questions until I started getting treated bad by my teacher. So I just slept all through school and passed their little weak ass test they had. That's a fact. I got a college degree sleeping. But anyway, I used to have 100 questions, so I was never a person that bought the bullshit. But the same thing with the mirror test. Y'all see the mirror test that niggas is doing where they stand inside, they stand in the mirror, they put a sheet of paper in front of the mirror, which technically should block your direct reflection. If I put a sheet of paper in front of my face, the mirror should be reflecting a sheet of paper in front of my face. But if you take a camera and pivot around to the other side of that mirror, they talking about, the reflection from your face in the camera to the mirror gives the camera the image of your face. And no. You put a sheet of paper in front of on that mirror, and you stand in front of that mirror, and you swivel the camera around, and you still on the other side of the mirror. That's a fact. So if you don't think it's no dimensional shit going on in the mirrors, go in the bathroom, hit them lights, and start playing mirror games. And watch how weird your fucking house get. I never did. Now I know the shit real. See, they tricked y'all and told y'all that all the shit we used to be tapped into with our ancestral and indigenous roots and all the shit where we used to put the certain leaves in the pot with the herbs and light it on fire and blow it out and say certain words and cast it. Yeah, they told y'all all that shit was evil, so y'all to stop doing it, so you wouldn't have no leg up, so you couldn't activate them powers. That's what they told you. They told you all that shit was demonic. Can it be used for bad? Sure. Can it be used for protection? Sure. Can it be used for, you know what I mean? It's a tool. But they told you it was demonic, so y'all don't want to practice it. Y'all don't want to believe in it. Y'all want to believe that the science is real. So y'all go ahead. Since don't nobody want to believe nothing, go play some mirror games and see how weird your fucking house get. I lived in a haunted dorm room my freshman year of college. They say he died in there. Me and my roommate. It had a fucking plaque on the door of the dorm room, said in loving memory of I ain't gonna say his name and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm in front of cameras, mirrors, lights. I ain't gonna say his name, but that's what they said, right? And niggas told us the story like, yeah, this room's supposed to be haunted, blase, skippy. The room was definitely haunted, but dude was a chill little spirit and shit. I ain't never see him. He ain't never show up. I had a little conversation with him when I moved in there. Real shit. This is a real story. You know what I'm saying? I had a little conversation. I said, listen, man, if this shit true and you living up in here, I'm just passing through, bro. I got 2 semesters living up in here. And then I'm gone, for I'm gonna be living somewhere else. So I don't want no smoke. I don't want no issues. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do nothing spooky, nothing scary, none of that shit. We could all live in here in peace and harmony, bro. I'm gonna have my girl come through sometimes, whatever. But other than that, I had a little conversation and a little weird shit that happened in the room. Like, I kid you not, me and my roommate playing the PlayStation. We sitting across, because you know how the dorms be. So we had the twin bed situation, but the TV right here. So we sitting on the edge of, I forget which one of our beds it was. We playing the PlayStation, right? On God, bro, turn the TV up, put the remote on top of the PlayStation right next to the TV. I shit y'all not, bro. I can't make this up. We playing the game. You know what I'm saying? Bro, go to the fridge right here. He grab a drink. You know what I'm saying? I grab my phone. I'm like, hey, turn the TV down right quick. He go to reach for the remote control. The remote control on the other bed over there. I shit y'all not. I can't make it up. I can't make it up, bro. It's been times where I'll be in the dorm room by myself, right? You know what I'm saying? This back when I was in college, I was in the dorm room by myself. I grab some out the fridge, close the fridge. You feel me? Put it in the microwave, heat that joint up, close the microwave, go sit on my bed, look up, the fridge open. So I know all the little shit real. Don't nobody got to prove it to me. So I just don't play certain games, bro. Like if they told me not to go in granddaddy room because he went in that bitch and disappeared, bro, I'm not going in there, bro. Y'all ass crazy, boy. Y'all cut different from me. I'm not that curious, folks. I'm not that curious. Just like curiosity be killing the cat. You know what I'm saying? Kill the people. Because when I took my concealed carry class for the blicky, right? When I took my concealed carry class, the police told they said, man, if you sleep upstairs in your house and your family is upstairs in your house and y'all hear something downstairs, don't be curious. Get your family together. Lock yourselves in one room. Take your firearm, aim it at that door. Your whole family in the room with you. Anybody come through that door, you do what you licensed and legal to do because you came and took this class. Don't go downstairs hunting for the burglar or burglars. You don't know what they got. They don't know what you got. You don't know how many of them it is. You don't know a lot of stuff. Don't go downstairs in your house trying to be John Wick. Now, if you got kids sleep downstairs, you got to go be a hero. You got to go be a man. You got to go be a father. But I'm telling y'all literally what this dude tactically trained. He said, if y'all don't be curious. And I'm that guy, bro. I'm not curious. If I'm in my crib, dolo, and I start hearing clear as day, I start hearing shit in the other room. Nigga, I'm not getting up to go check that shit out. Now, if something come in here, I'm smoking it. But I'm not getting up to go check it out. Rob the place. Just don't come in here. I'm not curious, bro. I ain't going to check it out. Every scary movie start with a nigga going to go check some shit out. So y'all go ahead. Go check it out. I'm not checking nothing out. But that was a great story time, man. If you like what you just saw, support the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and jump in the comments. Talk to me so we could crack these codes. If you want to support the channel monetarily, go to my website and cop some merch, www.theclassiccodes.com. Or you can shoot me a Cash App. Either way, stick to the codes.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Harden my heart and now harden the flow.